Hello guys, my name is Sin, and in this video I am going to be reviewing the Artisan Zero Soft XL. The Zero is quite possibly my favorite pad of all time. I bought the Zero after buying my Hien, and it ended up being my main. I've been using the pad for 2 months now, and I'm honestly very impressed. The Zero is Artisan's slowest available pad, so if you love control, this pad will be for you. So let's get straight into the review. The surface of the Zero is quite smooth. It doesn't feel scratchy and has a short breaking period of around 1 to 2 weeks, where the pad becomes a bit slower. The Zero can be considered a slow pad, as it emphasizes control more than speed, while not being a complete mud pad like the GSR. So here's a quick glide test. The Zero also has low static friction, which makes micro-adjusting very easy and effortless. One of the strong points of this pad is its stopping power. I find that it's very easy to stop when I want to, which is definitely what I like. Now the thing about the Zero is the surface tends to catch a lot of dust and hair that's very hard to remove. As you can see, there's a lot of hairs on my pad, even though I washed it just 2 days ago, and I also wiped it before recording this video. Removing the hair is just quite a hassle, and I think you have to do it with like tweezers, which I just don't have the time to. Fortunately, it doesn't really affect the performance of the pad. I don't think it affects the performance of the pad at all. You don't really feel it. So it's just visually it's bothering. So if you have like pets or animals, it might be a problem. But for me, it's not a massive problem. The only downside of this pad is that the surface reacts very weirdly with arm sleeves. Moving vertically with a sleeve is very challenging, and without it, I still feel like my arm sticks to the pad more than others. So, however, a remedy that I found was buying the X sleeve, which has a PTFE base, and it stopped the mouse pad tugging from my arm. So yeah, that was a solution to my only problem with this pad, which was that I couldn't really use any arm sleeves. Now, a comparison to the Hien is way rougher than the Zero. It's quite a bit more textured. It is faster with less static friction, but it is harder to stop. The Zero definitely feels better on the skin than the Hien. However, I feel that I like the Zero more because of the added control of this pad and because of the games that I play. Which is tacfps, where you need more control and you need to be able to stop when you want to. The Hien is definitely a very, very solid pad. However, I just feel like I like the control of this pad more, so this is why I main the Zero. Now let's talk about Artisan quality. I've talked about this in my Hien review as well, and I think everyone knows it at this point. Artisan quality is top notch, very good. This pad is very durable. It will last you a very long time. This pad is not coated, which means that it will not get swampy after a while. The sponge quality is superb. It is consistent, which means that you're going to get a very even and consistent glide. The stitched edges are below the surface of the mouse pad, which means that you cannot feel it. Artisan stitch edges are objectively the best, as it stops fraying, it gives the pad a smooth edge, and most importantly, you cannot feel it. The bottom surface is also very unique. It has this texture that allows the pad to stick onto the top of your mouse pad. As you can see, the anti-slip surface does a very good job of, keeping the pad in place and not making it budge. Artisan pads are also mostly immune to temperature and humidity. However, extremes will affect this pad, so if you have a humidity problem, you're better off just tackling the problem with a dehumidifier. Things like colder weather does seem to make this pad glide a bit faster, and warmer weather and a bit more humidity does cause this pad to stick a bit more, but definitely compared to like a QCK or a G640, humidity is not as big of a problem on this pad as it would be for like a Zowie GSR. So, for the games that I would recommend that you play on this pad, I recommend the Zero for tacfps games like CSGO and Valorant due to its strong stopping power. The combination of speed and control that this pad provides works very well with the slower paced games where angle holding is key. For games like Fortnite and Arena FPSs, I would recommend the Hien over this pad because of its extra speed. For shipping and price, this pad shipped from Japan. The pad itself costs around $40, with shipping coming in around $20, which brings the overall price around $60. It took me I think it took 2 weeks for this pad to arrive to the UK where I live. It usually is around 1 or 2 weeks. So the pad is quite expensive, but because of how long this pad lasts, I think it's quite worth it. You're not going to be having to go out and buy a new pad every 3 to 4 months because it has gotten swampy or the pad, coating wore out. This pad is going to last you a solid 2 years. As for size, just get the extra large. I feel like every other size is just too small and not worth buying. And for sponge hardness, I own the soft version. I have heard great things about both the soft and the X soft, not so much about the mid. I would really recommend getting either the soft or X soft, whichever one is in stock. And the differences between the sponge hardnesses is that the X soft is gonna let you sink in a bit more. So if you like monkey grip, I wouldn't really recommend getting the X soft, but it allows you to, use the pad's softness to stop easier. So the extra soft is going to have a bit more stopping power, which means the pad is going to feel a bit slower. The soft is a combination of both speed and control, and the medium one is it's not as easy to press into the pad, which means that you're going to get more speed, but you're going to lose the control that the Zero gives. In conclusion, Zero is quite possibly the best mousepad money can buy. Of course, mousepad preference is subjective, meaning that you might prefer a different pad than me, but in relation to my tastes, the Zero is the best pad I've tried, and unless I find a better pad, which I don't think I really will, this pad is going to be my main for a very, very long time, and when it wears out, I will probably buy another one. If my game tastes don't really change and I just keep playing tacfps's, which I feel like is going to be the case, I just don't really need to go off the Zero. It's the best control pad money can buy. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, and whatnot. And peace.